Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to show you 5 mind-blowing hacks to make your mixed media life easier. Don't we all want to have an easier life, right? Especially when it comes to creating. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned. Coming up next.
Welcome to my channel. I'm Natalie from Natalie Colbert Art and Mixed Media.
Okay, let's get to the first hack. Wipes. It could be baby wipes. It could be, just cleaning cloth that are kept in a container to keep it moist. Any kind of moist cloth will work, and it's really good for, if you made a mistake on here, maybe you got over the line a little bit. That's what I used the other day actually, and it comes right off because there's alcohol in it and oil, so it kind of takes off the nasty little things you don't want to see. But and of course you can wash your hands after when you do your art. These ones are dried up, so unfortunately I don't know why they just dried up. So when you dry, don't just throw them away. You can actually use them as part of your painting or your artwork. You can stick them right on with glue, Mod Podge. It gets a really cool soft effect. It's like using tissue paper. Same thing goes for paper towel. If you use a paper towel to get your stuff off, or you use it for cleaning something, you can, after it's all kind of dirty, you can use it again to put on top of your art to have like a texture background. You can crinkle it up, and again, use Mod Podge or use matte medium. Works well. Make sure usually they're 2-ply. If you don't have only 1-ply, then obviously you don't have to do this. Take them apart because it's thinner and it's easier to apply. Then you have soaking up through 2 layers instead of 1. Okay. The second hack is don't throw stuff away around the house if it doesn't work anymore, if you're done with it. Toilet paper rolls. Maybe you have tags. This is actually one you can buy at the dollar store, but tags from clothing tags or old sponges. They're gotten hard because they were too lazy to clean them. You still can use them. You still can dip. Actually, it's a real cool texture. Don't throw them away. Meat or vegetable trays. This is a plastic one, but there's like those styrofoam ones. They work too. Old credit cards. This is actually a metal one. Packing stuff like bubble wraps. Old lids and containers. There's another packaging stupid plastic thing which you can use. So, for example, toilet paper. Cut them in half or just leave them as long as they are, doesn't matter. You dip the toilet paper roll in the paint, whatever paint it is, doesn't matter, and you can just stamp your substrate and make a cool background or a foreground, whatever, depending on how many layers you want to have on there, whatever you want doing. That's one thing. Now I saw this one too. This is from my wood cradle boards, and you can use that. You can cut them up. Actually, you can use these to make bookmarks because they're kind of pretty good length, pretty fat. I mean, you can make them skinnier, so you can make a bookmark out of that. You can stripe them, use them like that. You can use them as a swipe tool if you're into fluid art. You can mix paint on it because this one, for example, has a glossy finish, so you can use it for all kinds of stuff. This one you can use as a tray to mix paint if you want just a little bit quick, to not to use a big one. You can also use it as a tracing tool, trace around it if you want to make a circle. You can actually also use it as stick it on as a 3D piece on a 3D mixed media piece. And actually incorporate it into your painting. Same thing with the lid. You either can dunk it and use it that way. Use it as a tray, or you can also incorporate it in your painting. It could be like, I don't know, a wheel. Make a snowman, whatever. The packaging, like especially the bubble wrap, is really great to you put some paint on it and you stick it on to make texture and to use it as a stencil. Again, you could probably use it also to stick it on if you have some really strong glue and make a 3D piece like the ocean. This could be the ocean waves, for example. This is a great swipe tool, but you have fluid paint you want to move around. Or you want to make a straight edge, you can just use that. I really like that. You don't have to buy an expensive Catalyst wedge. Now the meat tray, the same thing. You can use it as a tray, or you can, if you have, you can cut it and use it as a stencil and stencil your art with it. You can use, actually, you can put a paper towel in it and wet it, and then you put paint on, and your paint keeps longer wet. So don't throw anything away in your house because you can use it for your mixed media. The third hack is using unusual substrates. Like this cardboard piece here. It's actually really cool because it's got 8 corners. So you can actually make an 8-cornered art piece. That's an option. You can use it as a template. If you have a bigger piece, you can cut. You also can, again, you can stick it on something bigger. But I definitely would like to use this because it's really strong to use as a substrate for making a piece of art on there. And another one is you can use old gift bags. It's really strong. Actually, this one has cardboard in it. You can cut them. You can also use them as a junk journal. You cut this part out. Then you only have the 3 sides, this, and this. And then you start, sewing in your papers. Can't remember what it's called. You would sew your papers in here, and then you got a book. I kind of want to probably do that right now. You can use a string, or in your artwork, you can glue it on. You can use it as a texture tool. So these make great substrates. Same thing as with old cookie boxes. You can cut them out and use 2 of them individually, or you can make a book out of it again. Junk journal. If you have tons of photographs, you can use that as a substrate. This is an old journal I never used, a regular journal. Instead of using it as a regular journal, because I didn't feel like journaling, I stuck in my art pieces and used it. Or some of them I just directly worked inside of it. So these journals make a great art journal substrate. Same with cookbooks. They work well too because they're thicker, like this one is. I mean, the thinner ones don't work too. Any old book you can use. It's fine. I like to use my old paintings. I don't really like this one anymore. I think it's cool, but it's not what I'm doing anymore. Same with this. This one has a glassy surface, so I might have to rough it up a bit. I'm going to use these to put mixed media on them. Okay, masking tape or any other tape, but masking tape is probably the best. It's not just for masking up your room and your painting your walls. It is also a great tool for mixed media. This one is a kind of awkward shape, but you see it. So you can see all these edges. They were all taped up different ways. This one was taped, this one was taped. So you can use that and just tape up the lines you want. paint over it. You don't have to worry about it too much because you got tape. And when it's dry, you pull it off and you get these really cool effects, and like here, and yeah, it's really cool in abstract and mixed media. And the last one but not least, fifth hack, is you can use paper. Obviously you can use paper as collage, as I showed you in the previous video. Please go watch, I'll link it up below, on top here. But you also can use it, what you do is you fold it, and then you fold it again till you get the 4 sides. Then you push this inward. Obviously I didn't, fold this properly, but you get the idea. You glue. Here you can use tape. You tape the corners, and then you have a little tray. You get the idea. Let's do this one too. Fold it in, or you fold it, like that. You have these corners. Obviously, like again, I didn't fold it properly, but you get the idea. And you make a tray. Like if you have loose stuff like glitter or some sand you're using, you can pour it in here, and then you keep one corner open, and you can just kind of pour it onto your surface. You can make it bigger or smaller, it doesn't matter. Of course you can use any of these ones as well, these containers, but this one is kind of cool because it's square and you can make it to size you need it. If you enjoyed this video and you like to learn more about how to make your mixed media life easier, make sure you subscribe down there, ring the bell, and see you in the next video, because there'll be more hacks and tricks on mixed media.